Alabama wins it over Florida State 24-7. Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama joins us at least once a week here on Mark Rogers TV. You can join the full discussion, the audio version on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. Just search Mark Rogers TV. Also, the video versions, just subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mark Rogers TV for the very best in Alabama football coverage. Stephen's show is The Way It Is on Fox 97.9, and you can join him Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 Central. And, of course, the flagship station, Touchdown Alabama, all the time with Stephen M. Smith and the crew. All right, Florida State, Alabama for one half. It was really a heavyweight fight. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't prolific. There weren't wide receivers just running down loosely down the field as we see across the nation in college football. Offenses having their way. We were talking about two juggernaut defenses going toe-to-toe, and it went into the third quarter, and even though Alabama got a number of plays in the kicking game, of course, the blocked punt, the blocked field goal before the end of the first half, the strip on the kickoff return, Florida State's defense was so good to continue to hold Alabama out of the end zone, keep it a game at 13-7, and then the avalanche ensued, and the DeAndre Francois back-to-back picks proved to be the undoing of Florida State. So just your assessment of what was a devastating performance by Alabama's front seven, and basically something we talked about in being the key of this game is Florida State not being able to handle Alabama defensively up front.
First off, you got to give a lot of credit to Florida State's defensive line. They whipped Alabama up front. Bradley Bozeman, probably one of his worst performances, did not get the snap up to Jalen Hurts cleanly a lot of times. Jonah Williams got beat off the ball. Rosh Pierschbaker, who is a 3-year starter at left guard, got beat off the ball. Matt Womack beat off the ball. There were a couple of series where Alabama's coming back to the offense, to the sidelines, just gassed, trying to find the oxygen mask. Was the conditioning good during last week? I know Alabama works on the off-season conditioning program in the summer with Scott Cochran, but you've got to be physical. You've got to be both mentally and physically physical at the point of attack. And a lot of times in that game, Alabama's offensive line just looked outmatched for a good part of this game against Florida State. Florida State's defensive front, the defense as a whole, really played well. Offensively, DeAndre Francois in the first half did some really good things. Stretched the field, had some big-time passes. Was able to evade the rush and get the ball to Gavin and Ryan Izzo, the tight end, Auden Tate at wide receiver, who had a couple of big catches, including a touchdown pass from 3 yards in which he puts his big body up, shields the ball away from Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah doing his darndest to rip the ball out and force an incompletion, but Auden Tate securing the football, getting that touchdown there. So the first half, DeAndre Francois really played well. The second half, Jeremy Pruitt unleashed the dogs, and everybody just starts hitting DeAndre Francois, from Sean Dion Hamilton to big Raekwon Davis. By the way, where's the gunshot wound on Raekwon? There was no gunshot wound on that man Saturday. Got him a big sack in there. Ronnie Harrison, the sack that kind of did it all in, leading to the patella injury to DeAndre Francois, as he is now out for the season. Of course, Ronnie Harrison, very much so sorrowful, very much so hurt by, Francois gone for the rest of the year. Did not mean, or it was not intentional. Ronnie Harrison just trying to chase down Francois, make a play, and as he's making the play at the angle that we're all looking from, we see the knee buckle. And when you see a knee buckle like that, it's typically not good, and it was not good on that particular play from Francois. So overall, Alabama's offense not where it needs to be yet, was not as crisp. But Brian Dable, Michael Loskley, and the crew, especially Brent Key, offensive line coach, will have that situation settled out and will be working to get that situation better. I felt like the defense in the second half really stepped up for Alabama. But I believe that game ball should go to special teams coach Joe Panunzio. What a game for Joe Panunzio, coming back to Alabama from spending time in the National Football League with the Philadelphia Eagles, with the exception of Andy Papanastis missing 2 field goals, and J.K. Scott having the 1 9-yard shank punt, in which J.K. got back right in the following series, his possessions when he was out there punting. Joe Panunzio, you talk about a blocked punt, a blocked field goal, a tackle on a kickoff, which causes a fumble. Alabama recovered. Just some great coverage plays on special teams. You got to give Joe Panunzio a ton of credit for having that part of the game prepared, focused, and ready to play some down hard, good football. But at the end of the day, Francois did some good things. Hate that he's hurt. The run game for Alabama was able to do enough. I mean, Damian Harris had 74 yards rushing and a touchdown, had 8.1 yards per carry. Bo Scarborough did some good things in the run game, but you got to want more physicality and more consistency from your offense. Alabama did not get that Saturday night, and against Fresno State. This is a group that they'll be working on getting that continuity down against.